Break it down.
17.
Yeah.
For they that are, let's see, 16. For as I conceive in mine understanding,
Right.
woe to them that shall be left in those days,
Right.
and much more woe unto them that are not left behind.
That are not left behind, because the thing about that is they gonna see all the destruction. They gonna be like shit. You know, they gonna be like shit, man. That's what really that's going into. Go ahead.
It says, for they that were not left were in heaviness.
We're in heaviness because of all the destruction, man. Even though we're gonna be in the chariot and be joyful because that's dealing with the remnant. Even though we're gonna be in them chariots and be joyful, we still gonna be in heaviness because of all this destruction. You see? Go ahead.
Now understand I the things that are laid up in the latter days,
Right.
which shall happen unto them and to those that are left behind.
Yeah, meaning, like I was saying, meaning that's talking about the nation of Israel and it's talking about the remnant. Okay, go ahead.
It says, therefore are they come unto great perils and many necessities, like as these dreams declare. Yet it is easier for him that is in danger to come unto these things than to pass away as a cloud out of the world and not see the things that happen in the last days.
Yeah, it's better to die. Go ahead.
And he answered unto me and said,
Suffer all that shit. Go ahead.
the interpretation of the vision shall I show thee, and I will open unto thee the things that thou hast required.
Go ahead.
Whereas thou hast spoken of them that are left behind,
Meaning the remnant. Go ahead.
this is the interpretation. He shall endure the peril,
He shall endure the pearls. Go ahead.
and that time hath kept himself.
Have kept himself from what? The ways of this world.
Okay.
They have had faith. You see? Through faith. Go ahead.
It says, they that be fallen into danger are such as have works.
Have works. What is the work? Work without faith is dead. So that's what the works is talking about. Go ahead.
And faith towards the Almighty.
Read that again.
It says, he that shall endure the peril in that time have kept himself, that they be fallen into danger are such as have works and faith towards the Almighty.
Those are the ones that's left. Okay? So what he's breaking down is he's giving you a description of the nation of Israel and the remnant. Because anytime you got a whole nation of Israel and you take away part of it, what you got left? That's a remnant over there.
Right.
Okay, so that's what that's going into. That's why it says it mentioned those that are left with that have works, because it's talking about a remnant. Okay, go ahead.
It says, know this therefore, verse 24, know this therefore that they which be left behind are more blessed
See,
than they that be dead.
left behind are more blessed. The ones that's dead is talking about the ones that don't have the works. Okay? That don't have no faith. Those are the ones that spiritually dead. The ones that got works is the ones that believe in Yahweh Shem Shai through faith and doing the best of your ability to keep his commandment. Pursuing the Judges, 5 and 11. You know?
God.
Rehearsing the righteous acts. Go ahead.
God. This is the meaning of the vision. Whereas thou sawest a man come up from the midst of the sea. The same is he whom the Most High, the highest, has kept a great season.
Have kept a great season, meaning a great time. Go ahead.
Which by his own self shall deliver his creature.
Yeah, by nobody help. See, his creature ain't gonna help. We not gonna help Yahweh Shai deliver us, ourselves. He gonna do that. That's his job. Okay, go ahead.
He shall order them that are left behind.
He shall order them that are left behind. Who is the one that's left behind? The remnant. Go ahead.
And whereas thou sawest that out of his mouth there came a blast of wind and fire and storm.
That's talking about him lighting up them other nations. Go ahead. When they try to fight him. Go ahead.
It says, and that he held neither sword nor instrument of war, but the rushing in of him destroyed the whole multitude that came to subdue him. This is the interpretation.
See that?
Behold, the days come when the Most High will begin to deliver them that are upon the earth. And he shall come to astonishment of them that dwell on the earth.
Yeah, he shall come to astonishment When he show up, you see? Go ahead.
And one shall undertake to fight against another, one city against another.
So it's going to be total chaos on the earth when Yahweh Shai show up. It's going to be total hell on earth when he show up. There's going to be war everywhere. Okay?
One place against another, one people against another, one realm against another. And the time shall be when these things happen, which I showed thee before, and then shall my son be declared, whom thou sawest as a man ascending.
So when Yahweh Shai come back, you're gonna have full-fledged war over there in the Middle East. You're gonna have martial law over here. You're gonna have total fucking chaos in America and the rest of the world. It ain't gonna be no peace. Okay? And that's what that's going into. That's what Ezra is he's seeing that vision. Okay, go ahead.
It says, verse 33, and when all people hear his voice, every man shall in their own land leave battle.
See? Every man in his own land shall leave battle. What they're talking about is the military powers. Anybody that got a military or organized military, you know, the superpowers of the earth, organized military, they're going to try to fight Yahweh Shai. That's why we was talking about Reagan, or what he was saying in 1987. You see? That's prophecy, man. Go ahead.
It says, and the innumerable multitude shall be gathered together, as thou sawest them willing to come and to overcome him by fighting.
See, overcome him by fighting. So that's going back to Revelation, the 17th chapter. Okay, go ahead.
But he shall stand upon the top of Mount Zion.
On the top of Mount Zion, go ahead.
And Zion shall come and shall be showed to all men, being prepared and built like as thou sawest the hill graven without hands.
So it's a big, he gonna be in a big ass chariot, man. He gonna block out the sun, man. He gonna be in a big ass chariot, man. You gonna know that's Yahweh Shai. You gonna know when he show up. Go ahead.
And this my son shall rebuke the wicked.
Rebuke the wicked. Go ahead.
Inventions of those nations which for their wicked life are fallen into the tempest.
Or fallen into the tempest. That's that beam, you know. A tempest is like a strong storm. Okay?
And shall lay before them the evil thoughts.
All the evil thoughts that these people were doing on the earth, the military and the people that's on this earth, he gonna lay their thoughts in their mind. He gonna let them know why here and all the wickedness that they was doing before he kill them.
God. It says, which are like unto a flame, and shall destroy them without labor by the law, which is like unto fire.
All right. Without labor by the law, which is like unto fire. So going back into Revelation 17th chapter, when he was talking about the judgment, the law books was open, and America was basically getting this sentence. They were like in court. So what Yahweh Shai, when he come back, he bringing judgment. He bringing the so-called white man sentence and 2/3 sentence. Go ahead.
Verse 39. And whereas thou sawest that he gathered together another peaceable multitude unto him.
That's going into the nation of Israel, because the 10 tribes is part of the nation of Israel. Okay?
Those are 10 tribes which were carried away prisoners out of their own land in the time of Hosea the king, whom Salmanazar, king of Assyria, led away captive, and he carried them over the waters. So
during this time, this was during the Persian Empire, when Ezra was getting this vision. The 10 tribes was already gone. Okay, they was already over here. So what the angel is doing is reminding Ezra, look, he still got to get them 10 tribes. You see, Yahweh Shai, who the world illiterally called Jesus, is coming to get the 10 tribes too. Okay, so that's what he reminded Ezra of. But that's it on that. Yeah, but that's a reminder, man. That's all he was doing.
Bro. Water, brother.
Yeah, so y'all brothers understand, because that's kind of like when you go back to where you was.
17.
No, back in Ezra. Show these brothers something. Like when you get right here, about up in there, Word12, read that.
afterwards, verse 12. And
Now we jumping back up, and I'm just gonna explain something.
And afterwards I saw the same man come down from the mountain and call up unto him a peaceable multitude.
Now, if you don't read the other side, right? If you don't read the other side and read the chapter and get an understanding of it, you won't know what it's talking about. You see what I'm saying? You won't know what it's talking about. You got to read the other side in order to get that interpretation of it. If you're gonna jump ahead like that and break it down, you know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
And it says, verse 13, and there came much people unto him, whereof some were glad,
some were glad, some were bound, and some were ashamed. What that's going into is the conditions that the people gonna be in. That's what that's going into. The conditions of what the people gonna be in. Go ahead.
Some were sorry, and some of them were bound, and the others brought of them that were offered. Then was I sick through great fear, and I awaked and said, Thou hast showed thy servant these wonders from the beginning, and hast counted me worthy that thou shouldest receive my power.
Nah, go back up to the ones that was left behind.
That's down here.
Oh yeah. See, now read what verse is that?
16.
Now read that.
Verse 16. For as I conceived in mine understanding, woe unto them that shall be left in those days.
Yeah.
And much more woe unto them that are not left behind.
You see, it said, woe unto them that are left in those days. Because what Ezra is doing, he just bunching all Israel. He just looking at it like, damn, it's a great destruction. That's what he's doing. But see, when you go over here and read it in the same chapter, a little bit down, or a little bit over, you understand what the chapter is talking about. Okay, but read that down there.
It says, for as I conceive mine understanding, woe unto them that shall be left in those days.
You see?
And much more woe unto them that are not left behind.
Yeah, so he just giving you example of what he's seeing in all the destruction. Okay, but he wanted the interpretation of it over here. Go ahead.
It says, for they that were not left behind were heaviness.
Yeah.
In heaviness. Now understand I the things that are laid up in the latter days, which shall happen unto them and to those that are left behind.
Yeah, so that's what it's talking about, man. And that's what it's talking about. Then also in the deeper meaning, same way the 10 tribes came over here, you had Judah, Benjamin, Levi still over there. So he was looking at that too. Judah, Benjamin, Levi was still on the other side. So you can look at it like that too. The one that was left behind, the 3 tribes that were left behind. So he's looking at all that. But basically, it's going into the conditions of how it's going to be before Yahweh Shai show up. That's what it's going into. All right. So that's why I just wanted to get that out there. You got to read that. If you're going to jump ahead like that, you got to read them chapters and then break it down like that. Because if you jump ahead and don't read them chapters and try to break it down like that, you'll stumble. You know what I'm saying? You might say something that you don't need to be saying, and then when you read on, you're like, damn, that got an answer right there. You know what I'm saying?